Triple G. Brace yourself for the things you'll see. From comic books to toys and more. And all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel for one of my favourite monthly shows. I'm saying monthly. We missed last month, didn't we, Ephraim? That was my fault. But as ever, I'm joined by my good pal Ephraim from Past Point Comics. How are you, Ephraim?
What is going on, comic book familia? Yes, we missed last month. We have lives outside of YouTube every now and then, and Peter was having a great time. So I said, Dan, we'll just skip last month, and it's all good. Doing fine.
So we're excited to be back. This is, if you've not seen this show before, this is the show where we take an advanced peek at comics coming out in the next few months. So this is going to be July. We also do a little bit of a look at a comic we've recently been reading and also what's coming out next month. So lots to get into. Before we start, we've got Jack in the chat. Nice to see you, Jack. We've got Fuzzy Dreadful. How dare you, sir? How dare you? I wrote that myself. I think that's a funky little beat. I like it. Would you rather, Fuzzy, I went back to saying at the start of every show? It's up to you. What's happened there? Ephraim, have you pressed the button? What happened there?
I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll go back to you.
No, leave it. Just leave it.
Sorry.
Just leave it. No, you're through us. Yeah, so good stuff. Okie dokie, Ephraim. So we are going to be looking at some comic books that are coming out in July. Lots of interesting stuff. Excuse me, lots of interesting books coming out. As usual, ladies and gents, we're just going to skip between the two of us. We've both picked books. We've not talked to each other about it. We've kind of crossed over on a few, so we'll both kind of pitch in here and there. But Ephraim, we're going to start off with you, and we're going to start off with a little bit of Star Wars. Dr. Aphra, not a character I'm familiar with at all.
I am familiar with this character. Everything she came out, God, it's been over 5 years now. She's just really grabbed my attention. They keep on saying she's going to be like in the movies or TV shows on Disney Plus, but she hasn't shown up yet. Dr. Aphra's giving like a Indiana Jones vibe. She's going after artifacts a lot, but she always gets in all kinds of trouble. She's crossed paths with Darth Vader, the killer droids, and always just seems to escape by the skin of her teeth.
Was she, just remind us, Ephraim, we read that. I thought it was a rubbish book, that Vader Down. She was in that, was she?
I don't think so.
Because those two killer droids were in that.
They were in that one. Yeah, that Vader Down. We knew he was going to escape, It wasn't that good. But she may have been. I remember reading it. It was only like a 5-issue series back then. But I've always enjoyed this character. Like I said, she just gets herself into so many predicaments. And, she always just gets out by the skin of her teeth, so to speak. And I really dig this cover. I may buy this cover, It's a pretty cool looking cover. This is Star Wars Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent #2. It's cover A, written by Cheris Chen and artist Gabriel Guzman and Ejukur. Artist, never heard of them. But on the distant world of, God, these words, in the distant world of Argal. That's something like when I wake up in the morning, I go, Argal. Luke Skywalker and Dr. Aphra track down a valuable artifact. An unstable underworld collector has a different plan for them. Will the New Republic's newest agent betray her Jedi friend for a chance at the prize? So like I said, she's always out for herself, and she's always after these artifacts, and she says, will she, ruin the plans for her newest best friend, the Jedi? So we'll see.
There's a nice cover, that, man. I do like the cover.
Yeah, this is a cool looking cover. Yeah.
Very cool. So I've gone for this. I think you've picked a similar one of these in a while. This is the Bring on the Bad Guys kind of limited event. It's another one of these Marvel event things. So this is a 7-issue series. Each issue is kind of focusing on one character, one villain character. I saw the cover to this and I just thought, that looks phenomenal. That's a brilliant Goblin cover. So yeah. Basically, each issue focuses on a different character. So I've picked that one, which is Green Goblin, obviously. And I think you have gone for this one, which at first I didn't think was a Loki comic because the cover's quite interesting.
Yes, very true. Yeah, I noticed that also. I'm not sure who that character is, but so yeah, we both picked, these are Bring on the Bad Guys #1. And you go back to your cover really quick.
Yeah. So mine's...
I noticed something about Spider-Man, his web shooter. They really make it stand out in this picture.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
pretty cool looking. You know,
Yeah,
something
it's like
that.
the TV movie version, isn't it? You had
Yeah,
the big silver kind of
yeah,
buttons on. I
yeah,
quite like that. I like the fact that they show off his technology. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Me too.
Um,
Yeah, I quite like it
yeah,
also. Yeah, it's pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yep.
So yeah, so
And
this is yours.
yeah, so this one is Loki is the god of mischief. Mephisto is the lord of lies. In a centuries-old battle of wits, Loki needs of a favor, and in exchange, Mephisto commands him to retrieve a soul, one belonging to an agent of Khonshu, which I believe is Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But no one tells Loki what to do. Part 4 of 7 bonus one shot. I like that they're one shots.
So it's interesting. I'm just reading the blurb there as we're talking. So these are one shots, so they mustn't be interconnecting, because each one's got an issue 1 blurb. So that's Loki 1 and Goblin 1, and there's an Abomination 1, I think, as well. Like
Yes,
that. But it does say there part 4 of 7, and this is
Oh.
part 2 of 7. So that's going to get confusing. I'm presuming they're not interlinking. I'm presuming they're... I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I thought they were just, if they're one shots, that means they're standalone.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
So I
But
don't
then,
think if you miss one, hopefully you won't miss something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat if anybody knows if these are interconnecting. I'm noticing both of them talk about souls, so perhaps it is an interconnecting story. I don't know. Anyway, they look interesting. Just before we crack on, Fuzzy is just saying new Superman trailer drops tomorrow. Yeah, can't wait, Fuzzy.
Yep.
The teaser trailer was out today, which looks great. And then it's I mean it's only seconds, Efren, but there's a couple of scenes in there we've not seen before which look good.
Okay.
And then there was a trailer or an advert for I don't know, dog biscuits or something the other day, which focused on crypto, and it looked great.
Okay.
I mean, the CGI on crypto is stunning, absolutely stunning. We've got Terry. Nice to see you, Terry. I hope you're well. Fuzzy saying, I like the look of the Abomination one. I worry about the stories, though. Yeah, Fuzzy, sometimes these one-shots are great. Sometimes they're a bit forgettable, aren't they? So, I mean, I have to admit, that's a pure cover buy for me. I just think the cover's stunning, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll probably wait and see what people feedback on these books as to whether I pick them up or not, see if they're any good. That is an interesting cover for Loki, but because it doesn't scream Loki to me.
And
do you know what I mean?
The female version of Loki.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've picked this one. This is it's another bloody relaunch. We get relaunches constantly. But this is by Chip Zdarsky, and I quite like some of his stuff. Some of it is a bit too above my intellect level, but I do like some of his stuff. I loved that cover as well. I think it just looks incredible. This is a new era for Captain America begins here. While Captain America slumbered in ice, the world changed for better or worse. Steve Rogers awakens to a reality where battles are fought in the shadows. So it sounds like it's kind of going back to his origins, really. It's another issue 1. We get them roughly every year. Like I say, Chip Zdarsky's pretty good. I like a lot of his stuff. So I'll pick this up. I really do love that Cap image on the front. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'll give that one a go. Just before we move on, I don't know if it's just me getting old or why can't they just stick to or a 30-second trailer for a film and stop doing 4 or 5 different trailers. Absolutely agree, Wayne. We see far too much in the trailers, but I still watch them, so I'm my own worst enemy. Nice to see you, Von Hoot. Hope you're well. Fuzzy, yeah, another book with Doom. You're absolutely right, mate. Doom features in this one. I'll give it a go. I will give it a go. I don't know if I've kind of moved on from Cap. I didn't really get into the last series, to be honest. But this might be an interesting jumping on point. Like I say, Chip Zdarsky's pretty good. Chip Zdarsky, reminders in the chat if I'm talking rubbish. Chip Zdarsky, I think, did the Avengers Twilight, which I absolutely love.
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah. Once again, this picture, I like the one like the Spider-Man one when it shows his web slinger.
Yeah.
I like Captain America's shield, the way it makes it look battle worn. Yeah. See little chips in it too, like it's it's been through its battles for sure.
Yeah. See, I always like it when he looks like he's got chainmail. The top half, I like that chainmail look. Yeah. That to me, I mean, I don't think it is, but it looks very much like a Delotto kind of cover.
Yeah.
I love how Delotto draws Cap. So yeah,
Good
it's
point.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty
cool
cool.
cover.
Bit of
Oh,
Surfer.
this one is a cover one. I went, wow, that looks like a cool cover. It would look better if it was a Virgin cover without the Death of Silver Surfer on there. But this is the Death of Silver Surfer #2, written by Greg Pak and art by Sumit Kumar. The Silver Surfer, hated and feared by the very humans his heart belongs to, aid duels with an array of rivals hell bent on his utter annihilation. But in their hubris and greed for untapped power, humanity awakens an ancient thread born of Silver Surfer's old master Galactus, and so Surfer must persist for the sake of both friend and foe, for the good of Earth and the entire universe. I think they're killing him off because of Fantastic Four movie. You know, they always seem to do that with characters, just when their movies are about to come out, something's, catastrophic happens to them. We'll see how long he's dead for, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's a good story.
I'm loving the cover. I think you're right. It would be great without the title banner.
Yeah.
Back in the day, back when kind of gimmick covers were all the rage, there was a lot of there was a few Silver Surfer comics of similar images, but they foiled the Surfer.
Okay.
So and they were absolutely stunning. I'd love to see a couple of them come back, because it just it's that kind of gimmick suited the character. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't foil for foil's sake. It made absolute sense to have a shiny Silver Surfer, as it were. So yeah, Fuzzy's just confirming that artist on that Cap book's Ben Harvey.
Okay.
Thanks,
Cool.
Fuzzy.
Again, look at the surfboard this time. Like his weapon. It almost looked right where his feet are. It almost looked like it's like liquid.
Yeah.
Change. I thought that's pretty. I've never seen a surfboard, his surfboard, do that. It's always been like one smooth silver.
Yeah.
I like that. The added touch to it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We both picked this one, and I know it's more Doom, but I do love a bit of Deathlock, and he's on the front cover there.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of the next jump in at the 2099 universe. They've tried a few different things with this universe to get it off the ground. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you remember back when the 2099 universe was launched, we did have a Doom 2099 book. Can't remember if it was Victor Von Doom or if it was somebody else.
I was about to ask you that question. I gotta remember.
Yeah. I can't remember. Recently, in the recent multi-arc crossover, which started strong but then died a death, I have to say, with Dracula, there was an interesting introduction of Star-Lord, who was Wolverine, surviving in the future. So that was pretty cool. But this is another start to Doomed 2099. The world is doomed, but does that include the world that is yet to be? A collision of future, including Old Man Logan, Rachel Summers, Bishop, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and the Maestro, and Deathlock say otherwise. I mean, there's a key lump of characters there, which I love. I love a bit of Cosmic Ghost Rider. I love Deathlock. Maestro, I really enjoy. So, yeah, I'll give it a go. Von Hoot is just saying Surfer is perfect for spot foil. Absolutely agree. Fuzzy, the trade desk doesn't work on that cover at all. Absolutely agree. Fuzzy, again, it just doesn't look right. And again, just being picky, off-center for some reason. I know that would cover Deathlock's face, but it just looks weird, kind of slapped to the side, I don't know. Just very strange. Thunderbolts, Ephraim. This is an interesting pick from you.
Yes. Did we both pick this one?
No, you picked this one, mate.
Yeah, New Thunderbolts #2, issue 1 was last month, and I like this group of characters. I haven't read anything about it yet because we didn't. Last month we just skipped it, but I like the characters they have in it, especially I go Carnage. How are they going to put Carnage into a group? That's what throws me. I'm curious to see how they get that done. But this is written by Sam Humphries. Deranged duplicates. Oh, it says deranged duplicates of the Illuminati attack the new Thunderbolts, prompting a surprise visit from Clea Strange. But even with the help of the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension, several of the doubles are too powerful to contain. To understand how to stop them, the team needs a genius, one who wasn't connected to the original Illuminati. But their best candidate is big, green, and very angry.
Yeah, interesting. No more on there. It's interesting, isn't it, that the trade dress has got the same kind of, what do you call it? It's not an asterisk. The thing at the end of the Thunderbolts.
Oh, it is an asterisk, yeah.
Is it asterisk? Yeah, that's
yeah.
from the movie. Yeah.
I wonder. First of all, I like Black Widow, and she got a symbiote. I'm not sure she still has that
Yeah.
symbiote. I liked it when she had the symbiote. But her and Bucky used to have a relationship
Mhm.
until her mind was wiped and she forgot all about him.
Yeah.
Basically, I wonder if what's going to happen between the both of them.
Interesting. Good
Yeah.
jumping on point for Thunderbolt fans. I've picked this. This is Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, issue number 1. I'm loving the cover. I'm going to be honest. I read Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four last week or the week before. Rubbish.
Yep.
Absolute rubbish.
Yeah, I agree.
But I love a bit of Godzilla action. That cover jumps out at us. There's a really cool Godzuki cover as well, which I really liked. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go just to see what it's like. But we're going to talk about this book a little bit later on as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll give it a shot just to see. As Wayne says, cool cover. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool cover. The book's probably going to be rubbish, but there we are.
I have been enjoying Red Hulk number 6. He was captured by Doctor Doom along with a bunch of other characters in issue 1 to help them to help Doctor Doom basically with every scenario that could go against him. But Red Hulk, he escapes, I think with the help of I forgot who the hell was helping him there.
Deathlock and
Okay, Deathlock was in there, yeah.
was
So,
it Deathlock?
yeah, it was Deathlock, yeah.
And Machine Man.
And Machine Man. So it's been a good read so far, and I just like the way this version of the Hulk is portrayed by Thunderbolt Ross. He's not as as much as everybody enjoys the Hulk, Bruce Banner, but his brain is constant battles with himself. Thunderbolt Ross knows what he wants to do, basically. But this one is written by Ben Percy. Thunderbolt Ross is back in the U.S. soil, not as a hero, but as a war criminal accused of violating the international treaty with Doctor Doom after bringing down a nuclear warhead on Latveria. But this is no ordinary prison he finds himself trapped inside. Instead, it's a top secret gamma research facility run by none other than the Werewolf, who I don't know who the heck that is.
No, neither do I. I don't know the Werewolf.
I don't know who that is. But like I said, I have been enjoying this series so far.
I read issue 2 when I was on holiday. Loved it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, really cool. I've not read a lot of Red Hulk, so I hadn't appreciated that once he's burned out his power, he needs sunlight to recharge. I didn't realise that was kind of a thing that he does. But yeah, really cool story. Enjoyed the first 2 issues.
Did you ever read the issue where he punched out the Watcher?
Yeah, I hate it.
You hated it?
Yeah, because that was the Jeff Loeb run, I think, wasn't it? I think it was Jeff. Because in the issue before that, he beat the hell out of Thor as well. It was just he was ridiculously overpowered. 21st was introduced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Fuzzy's just saying, Dan Waters is doing a new series of the Twilight Zone comic. Could be fun. Who's publishing that, Fuzzy? I've not seen that one.
Yeah.
Let me know which publisher's doing that one, because that's the one I'd be interested in.
Definitely.
Yeah, saw the cover for this, just fell in love with the cover straight away. I am a sucker for werewolves. This is Werewolf by Night, Blood Moon Rise. I just think the artwork on it is absolutely stunning. I think this is going to be linked to the Marvel Studios special presentation, because this is from the director of the critically acclaimed Marvel Studios Werewolf by Night. Comes the first of its kind tale of terror, in the Marvel Universe, with one goal in mind: to show you why Werewolf by Night is as captivating as ever, with over 50 years of comic history and 100 times as many bodies in his wake. But I don't understand what that means. What do they mean by a first of its kind tale? Do you know what I mean? Because we've read loads of Werewolf by Night, so I don't. There must be something about this book that makes it stand alone for them to say a first of its kind tale.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I love the cover. I'm a sucker for Werewolf by Night. I'll definitely pick that up. Fuzzy's confirming IDW Dark for the Twilight Zone. I'll have to check that one out. Sounds good, Fuzzy. Sounds good.
Predator versus Spider-Man. Now that I look at it, I'm going, what did I pick this for? But it's just, I have been enjoying the Predator series, though. He's been fighting against Black Panther. That was a good one, too. And this is Predator versus Spider-Man number 4, cover A, written by Benjamin Percy. The Predators finally have Skinner in their crosshairs, but another great hunter stands in their way, Kraven. As these 3 competing forces battle their way through the nighttime streets, Spider-Man takes to the rooftops where he discovers something that threatens to destroy all of New York City. But I think about Kraven would be perfect for the Predator series, but he's a Predator himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So but hopefully it's a good series. I don't think I've read issue 1 yet, but
No.
they've been going across the Marvel Universe of Predators. The Wolverine one was good.
Yeah.
The Black Panther one was good. So hopefully this one is good too.
I think you picked this last month as well, Efren, because it had a great Mary Jane cover from memory.
Okay.
I think there was a really nice Mary Jane cover. But I'll give this a go, definitely. I am enjoying the Predator versus whoever the version. Like you say, the Wolverine one was great. Again, just before Fuzzy says it in the chat, the 20th Century logo on that just absolutely destroys the cover. I hate that. I don't know why they're doing it. Issue 1's not out yet, Fuzzy's saying. But yeah, really interesting. I'm enjoying these books. I liked, like I say, Predator versus Wolverine. So yeah, I'll pick this up. I don't think I've read the Black Panther one, mind. Because
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Black Panther's just not a character I necessarily jump to. I've tried him a few different series, but never really connected with him. I've gone for this, and I haven't got a clue if this is part of an interconnecting series or what's going on with Miss Marvel at the moment. It was the House of M that drew us rather than the Miss Marvel side of things. So Fuzzy says he's talking to Terry. I do apologise, Fuzzy. I'm interrupting your conversation. Sorry, Fuzzy. So yeah, this is giant-sized House of M. 20 years after its first shattered mutant kind, Kamala Khan witnesses the rise and fall of the Scarlet Witch's doomed utopia. So I presume she's jumping around with different realities, because it's saying here she's flown with all different X-Men on the first mission, withstood the Dark Phoenix and survived the Age of Apocalypse. And now Miss Marvel is rewarded with a world where mutants reign supreme. So it's got us interested. I want to check it out, really, just to see what it's all about. Because I've got fond memories of the House of M series. I loved that back in the day. And I love this cover.
It's a great looking cover, but I'm a little bit confused. So she's flown with the all new different X-Men on their first mission. Was that a comic book already?
So this is, I haven't got a clue. I'm not up to speed with, I've got a feeling this is part of a longer arc or something like that. I'll have to do a bit of digging beforehand.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah. Well, it says Revelation. Oh no, that's a separate thing. I'll give it a go. I'll see what it's all about. Yeah, Fuzzy. Sequel to Age of Apocalypse coming soon. I loved Age of Apocalypse, so I really do hope that this does it justice.
Yeah, I love that. Helverine, I've been reading it. It's really good. I've enjoyed this series. Helverine is Wolverine's son. He died in one of the X-Men books, but Mephisto, I believe, brought him back, but it connected him to, Wolverine was Helverine for a little bit, but that spirit or that entity bonded with Wolverine's son, and it's been good so far. I've been enjoying it. Blinded by Hellfire Science, Project Hellfire has a plan for the Hell Hulk. Too bad Helverine can't trust him. Surely this will go well. And I just Hell Hulk was just one page of the last episode of Helverine. They showed him come out. Don't know who that character is, but they're introducing another character called Hell Hulk.
So I enjoyed the initial miniseries of this, and I think I read the first 3 or 4 issues of this run, Helverine, but then I missed catching up, but I did enjoy it. I love Dakin as a character, so yeah, this is another good one, to read. Sorry, this is yours as well, Efren, I think.
I've been reading Robin and Batman, Dick Grayson Year 1 has been really, really well. I was surprised by it. But this is another one called Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. I think it's Year 1. And it's written by Jeff Lemire. Let me see. They reunite to tell the story of the second boy wonder. A mysterious and well-armed assassin known only as Wraith has arrived in Gotham and set his sights on Jason Todd. With tensions running between Batman and his new young ward, will the corruptive force of this masked assassin be enough to push Jason over the edge? I like it because it shows them at the very beginning when they were young and their immaturity of trying to become a superhero. And I've been reading, like I said, the Dick Grayson one. It's been well done. I really have enjoyed that series. So hopefully this one will be good too.
I have to be honest, I struggle with Jeff Lemire's writing sometimes. There's a lot of his work. I tend to read the first few issues and then lose hope in it. But like you, I love an origin story. So I probably pick this one up just to see what I think. I love the artwork. I'll say the name wrong. Gilliam Marsh. Met him at Thought Bubble a couple of years ago, and he did as a stunning Joker remark and a Batman remark on a poster. Lovely, lovely guy. I don't think he spoke a word of English, but he seemed very pleasant. So yeah, I love his art style. Just Jeff Lemire worries us slightly. But yeah, I'll definitely pick it up and see what it's like. I've picked this, Ephron, and you know what? So I've read issue 1. This is Absolute Martian Manhunter, and this is issue 5 of 6. I hadn't realised it was a 6-issue miniseries. Now our good pal Fuzzy and also Terry, Deadman, have been banging on about this book, saying how good it is. I read the first issue and thought, this is doing me nuts in. I couldn't cope with it. But Terry and Fuzzy have both got impeccable taste, as we know, because they watch our show. So, you know, if they say it's good, it must be decent. So I might wait until the 6 issues are done and then pick up the full mini-series. Have you continued reading it? Have you read any of this?
I've read issue 1, but honestly, I don't remember. I may have to reread it before I start reading it again. This is one of your no way.
It was, yeah. And then I read the first issue because everybody was saying it was great, and it didn't do it for us. But I maybe just didn't give it a chance.
You know, I was going to say, you know what we should do when we do our no ways for this month? We should read the book and do a little review when it comes out.
Yeah, let's do that.
If we liked it or not, you know.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terry's saying, like Fuzzy, it's 12 issues now.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that in itself worries us slightly. That, you know, they've
Yeah.
had a story for 6 issues, and now all of a sudden it's jumped to 12.
Yeah.
Don't think the original Martian Manhunter, it's not that whatsoever. Yeah. But you know what, Fuzzy? I've got no love for the original Martian Manhunter either, so that doesn't faze us really. I'll give it a go. I will give it a go. I'll read issue 2 and 3 and see what I think. This is yours.
I think this is probably both of ours.
Yeah.
You know, we both like this storyline. I think it's been my favorite series so far in the Absolute universe. This is Absolute Wonder Woman number 10, written by Kelly Thompson. Diana's path grows even more elusive. What Diana seeks inside the maze seems to elude her at every turn, and as things unravel around her, she finds herself questioning everything, even her mission. Meanwhile, in Gateway City, an old obligation has raised its head violently. What I like about these Absolute series, is they do basically a 180 on these characters, some things you don't expect. You know, where Diana was raised, I was like, whoa, that's a big difference from Themyscira, you know. So I have really been enjoying this series. It's a more grittier look at Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm loving the covers. Fuzzy saying good to see the original artist back on Wonder Woman. Yeah, I just think it's a great book. It really is a good book. This is a one that I'll pick up in Absolute format. Nice big hardcover, big print when it comes out. I know you went for this as well, Ephraim, but I think I went for it as well. This is DC versus Vampires World War V, issue 11 of 12. Been a great series so far. You can't beat it, can you? DC characters, vampires, monsters, all that kind of stuff. Well worth picking up and reading if you're not reading this one. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. You're liking this one as well, Ephraim, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been a really good series. You know, I read the first version of it. It was DC versus Vampires. I thought that would be the end of it, but no, they keep on going, and just everybody stabbing each other in the back, basically. You know, it's been a really good storyline. I really have enjoyed it.
Fuzzy's amazed it's still going. Yeah, it seems never end, Fuzzy.
Yeah.
Now I've picked this one as well. Sorry, this is Justice League Dark Tomorrow special. I'm not big into my DC books at the moment, but this has got Mark Waid writing it, and I'm a big fan of Mark Waid. Saw this cover, and it's got Batman Beyond on there, so I instinctively thought, I'm going to give this a go. So this is Apocalypse is on the horizon, no one's safe. In the wake of the We Are Yesterday crossover epic, a mysterious quantum quorum has emerged, stalked by a lethal enemy to take no prisoners. So I'll give it a go. It's the start of another mini series, I guess, at some point. But I'm always just happy to see Batman Beyond. So yeah, that's why I'll pick that one up. Oh, look at that.
Geiger. We were talking about Geiger in the green room before the show, and it's like one of our favorite series. It's just, this is volume 2, and it's just really well done. This character is written by Jeff Johns. If Geiger is the monster, then Dr. Andrei Molotov is his Dr. Frankenstein. After 2 decades of estrangement, the glowing man comes face to face with the man responsible for the nuclear weapons that made him what he is. But this time, as past sins and buried truths surface, will Molotov survive the encounter? Both of us highly recommend this series. It's just really good. Read volume 1, tells you how it all happened, and then this is volume 2, but issue 16.
Is this again? Someone in the chat let me know. Is this a different artist? I didn't think that was the artist. Eamon Winkle. I thought it was. I can't remember what he's called. A big artist. I thought it was Frank. No, I can't remember. Let me know in the comments if you know who the artist used to be. I feel like that's a different artist on the book. Fuzzy's just saying. Oh, Gary Frank. There you go, Gary Frank. Yeah. I wonder if they've switched for a bit. Different artist. Terry's confirming. There's a new Justice League heist series coming. Oh, that'll be interesting. Don't think I've seen that one. Hyde Street again. We've both gone for this. We were just talking earlier in the green room there. Absolutely loving this series. Just so creepy and fun.
Yes,
that anthology kind of series.
Yeah.
You know, it's just great. It's just great.
Yeah.
You're still loving this one, Efren, aren't you?
Oh, I love it. That was a good, the way you put that, creepy and fun.
Yeah.
Like, who are they going after next? And I got a little bit confused how they exactly ended up in Hyde Street. Is it like another universe that they go to? But I don't think it is. You know, they just, when something goes wrong with a person, they end up in Hyde Street. You know, and I told Peter about this new character that they introduced in one of the last 2 issues, and it's Frankensteinish. So needless to say, it's really, really good what they've done with that character.
Yeah. Spot on. Great book.
Yeah.
Great book. This is your pick, I think.
I've been reading this book from the very beginning. God, I can't believe it's issue number 28 already. This is Kaya, written by Wes Craig. It's a brother and sister where they're trying to go to this, if I remember right, they're trying to go to a land where basically they can live a life of, you know, better than where they're at now, because their whole world is like a big battlefield.
Right.
And this one, the slaves are united under Razel's escape plan, but can Kaya's fractious group hold together long enough to pull it off? Really short synopsis, but it's a good story, you know, and like I said, it's been going on for over 2 years now. I can't believe it, you know, but I have been enjoying this series from the beginning. It's by Image Comics. Okay.
I've not read any of it. I know you've mentioned it a few times, but I've not read any. I'll try and pick up maybe as a trade and see what it's like. Again, we've both picked this one. I've read the first issue recently. I haven't read issue 2 yet. I was a fashion school serial killer. Great series. Again, fun about a lady who goes to a fashion school and she's a serial killer. She's wearing kind of like clothes made out of people's bodies and things like that. It's just been really good fun, the first issue. So I'm hoping it maintains the pace. Only 5 issues, so another good one to get into.
Go ahead.
Fuzzy's saying someone reckoned Kaya to me this week. It's supposed to be great. Yeah. Sorry, Efren, you were saying. I
was going to skip over this book until you and Fuzzy started talking about it. And I did just finish reading issue number 1 a couple of days ago, and I love it. It's so over the top. And the killer, you know, especially issue 1, who, you know, at the very end shows one of her victims, so to speak. Yeah. And I was like, dang, man, she's really going into it when she kills these guys. Yeah. You know, so.
Fuzzy saying issue 2 was good. Yeah, I need to get onto that one, man.
Yeah.
Sisterhood. So I think you and I both picked this one, Efren.
You can read it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is again based on Hyde Street. This is one of the kind of the one-shots that they keep doing. This is linked to the main series, but a standalone, a bit like they did with the what was it called? The lady who was the kind of the health shop lady. They did a standalone issue with her first, and then she was introduced into to Hyde Street. Lifelong friends, Sophie and Violet were practically sisters. Now at college, they've been slowly drifting apart. But when Violet accidentally drowns at a sorority hazing, a devastating Sophie pleads with the psychic sisterhood to contact her dead friend. Sometimes you get what you wish for, but on Hyde Street, there's always a cost, and it's a killer. That was it, Fuzzy. Devour. Thanks very much, mate. Devour. Yeah. So this sounds cool. I'm enjoying everything with Hyde Street at the moment. So yeah, I'll be picking this one up and seeing what that's all about. You've picked this one, Efren. I haven't got a clue what this one is.
This is Unchosen #1, cover artist by David Marquez, written by David Mark. Wow, he's done everything on this book. Just noticed that this is a miniseries premieres from Image Comics. 13-year-old Ada wakes in a city laid waste by massive explosion, a scene of devastation that she caused. Pursued by rival forces wielding incredible powers, she must discover who truly wants to help her, who wants to control her, and the truth behind her own mysterious past. So it hasn't come out yet. It's issue #1. When it comes to issue #1s, I always give a chance just to read the first one.
Give it a go.
Yep.
Give it a go. Sounds interesting. Again, this is a book that I've bought issue 1, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and read it yet. But again, Fuzzy speaks very, very highly of this. The original issue, issue 1, I mentioned on this show a good few months ago, saying that it sounded interesting. It's about a robot, basically, my understanding. Betrayal. Despite her heroic sacrifices intended to buy her freedom from Vale, Annalise has become a prisoner in Chum Castle. Now she must face her greatest challenge yet, etiquette classes. The spy thriller / touch and family saga from Matthew Rosenberg. Maybe this isn't the one I thought it was. Fuzzy, is this the one where she's the kid of like a crime family and then there's a robot supporting her or something? That's what I thought it was.
That looks like robot hands behind her.
Yeah, I don't think I've got it confused. But it sounds really interesting. And like I say, I'm sure this had a really interesting look on issue #1, and Fuzzy speaks highly of it. So again, yeah, it is. It is the one with the robot. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, I'll definitely give this one a go. Like I say, I've bought issue 1. I think I've bought 2 copies of issue 1 actually. But I've just not had a chance to sit and read it yet. So I'll give that one a go.
Cool. This Ends Tonight, #1 of 3. This is by Jay Lee, cover artist, written by Gary Dugan. It's another miniseries premiere. The pulse-pounding comic event of the summer aims for your jugular, courtesy of master artist Jay Lee. This Ends Tonight is the kickoff of 3 interconnected tales of bloody revenge in Las Vegas. The debut issue stars 2 sisters hunted by assassins for the shocking family secret. It's an oversized, action-packed romp, and every panel is crushed with love by Jay. The series is completed, and we've got special guests too. I wonder who the special guests will be. Stay tuned for a beautiful Adam Hughes variant.
Well, maybe I've just not noticed, but Jay Lee was like incredibly popular back in the day.
Yeah,
but I've not seen a lot by him for a long time, really.
Yeah, I wanted one of his. I wanted one of his commissions one time, and I actually talked to him, but it was so dang expensive. I said, "Nah, it's okay. I don't want it that bad."
Yeah. I mean, he's got a very distinct art style. I know he did, like everybody on the planet, he did one of the variants for Thundercats 1 a while ago, and it was one of the only ones I wasn't particularly keen on. But yeah, interesting. Anton, I read the Godzilla and Spider-Man and the Godzilla and Hulk, and they were both reminding me of the old days of the 1980s. I think that's a great point, Anton. I read the Fantastic Four Godzilla, and that you're probably right. It was very, very old style writing, I guess I would say. Let's go. Just check my email, and 11 of my Slab Crusader slabs have come back 9.8. Phenomenal, Von Hoot.
New video coming up by Dr. Von Hoot.
Congrats. Let me know what books there are, unless you're keeping it for a video. But well done, mate. That's great. Yeah. Good score. I've picked this. I'm a massive Mark Millar fan. I think he does incredible work. This is the next in the Nemesis kind of series. Really, there's been a lot of mini-series based on this particular character. This is Nemesis Forever, issue #1 by Mark Millar. Nemesis is the world's most dangerous man, and he's now made himself into one of the richest. No longer content to just terrorize the forces of law and order, his new plan is to wreak havoc on his enemies and seize control of the world itself. I mean, it's just a great series. Just superb. Just superb. And I'm just realizing there, looking at that cover, that the lights spill out back. I hadn't realized that. The fires.
Oh, I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
very cool. Very cool. So I'm definitely going to pick that one up. I do like a bit of Nemesis. We've both picked this one up, Efren, but you can talk about it, mate. But this is one of my most anticipated books of the year, I have to say.
Then you go ahead, Peter. You go right ahead. I'm going to enjoy it, but I think you're going to enjoy it more than me.
So this is Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, from Patrick Hogarth. This is the sequel to Beneath the Trees, which was just an absolutely phenomenal series. I was a little bit negative about it because it didn't end as I kind of was hoping. But I've recently gone back and reread it. And when you haven't got that weight of expectation in your head, it's a thoroughly enjoyable read. I absolutely loved it. This tale picks up 8 long years after the kind of the last series. I'm not going to read that full blurb, but anything to do with this world I'm interested in. My only hesitation is I didn't know anything about Patrick Hogarth before Beneath the Trees. I loved Beneath the Trees. He then put out a one-shot Kill the Rich or something a couple of weeks back, and it was pretty poor. So I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I hope he's not like a one-trick pony. I hope he's got another good book in his pen, as it were. So yeah, I'm interested. Fuzzy's just saying here, I don't know if it's going to be the same. It's moved to the States. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
And Anton, I'm not really sure about Beneath the Trees. That's really gross, but not my really cup of tea. The first one's great, Anton. If you've not read it, it is worth picking up the miniseries. It's a real interesting read. Nice to see you, Callie. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, looking forward to that. I just hope it maintains the quality.
Since going back to that book, this is coming out in July, and July is San Diego Comic-Con. If it comes up right about the same time, you can probably expect some exclusives.
Absolutely.
During Comic-Con, so curious to see what kind of covers they come up with.
So the last time for Beneath the Trees, they had a whole host of variant covers, and they were all kind of horror themes. I've seen a few already for this issue. There's a great American Psycho homage. So yeah, I think there'll be tons of interesting books for this. We've got Chris Bell. Nice to see you, Chris. I read a couple of early preview reviews, and they both have it at 5 out of 5. Fantastic. That's good news. That is good news. Yeah, looking forward to that. Von Hoot, can't wait for Beneath the Trees. It could go forever as a cuddly Dexter.
I never thought about that. Yeah,
absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You could do season after season, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the books that we won't be reading. So these are books that me and Efren picked that we're just not going to read. And Efren, you've tried to upset me this month because you picked a book that I've picked to say I'm going to read, haven't you?
Oh, gosh. So I don't know. I've been reading Godzilla versus Fantastic Four, Godzilla versus Spider-Man, and to be honest with you, I have not really enjoyed reading it. It just, I don't know, the Godzilla that I've seen, which is like the OG looking Godzilla, they were just blasé stories. So the reason I said I wasn't going to read this one basically was because of that. I could be completely wrong, and we just said we're going to read these books, even though we said no way, and give a quick little review if we liked it or not. But that's the main reason I picked it. I just think, and I'm sorry, but I'm comparing a little bit to Godzilla versus King Kong versus DC. I love that story, So I think it's hard for Marvel to keep up with them, storylines. I was comparing them, the DC one, which I enjoyed a lot. So I'm hoping this will be good, but part of me saying no way.
I mean, I picked this earlier on because I love the cover.
Yeah.
But there's no denying, Efren, I think this is going to be a bit naff. I really do think this is going to be kind of as Anton described earlier. I think it was. It's going to feel like very old school kind of storytelling. Callie is saying, do you think Drax would let Godzilla swallow him so he can... Yeah, like Guardian, absolutely. Okay, so I have said that we are going to read these books. I think you're going to regret that, Efren. So I've picked Swimsuit Special, Friends and Foes and Rivals. 2025, what the hell is all this about? And, I am an older gentleman. I appreciate the female and male form. I just don't know who buys this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Who in 2025 is buying swimsuit specials of comic book characters? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Us from back in the day would buy this,
Yeah. So I've got no idea if this has even got a storyline to it or if it's just artwork or what. But I wasn't going to pick it up, but now we're going to read them. I guess I will.
I want to read this one too, so we both can give our honest reviews of both.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, Anton is saying, sorry, dude, you're absolutely wrong about the Godzilla Marvel. Remember, it used to be there now years ago in the 1980s Spider-Man. The one of the Hulk was really awesome. I've not read that one, to be fair. I haven't read that one. I've read the Fantastic Four one, and it didn't blow us away. But yeah, I'll give it a go, Anton. I'll give it a go. I'm always willing to have a read and see what I think. The new DC versus Godzilla versus Kong title starts in a few weeks. I've got the previous one in trade paperback, and I've still not read it. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley was Apex.
Charles Barkley's a basketball. He used to play basketball in the National Basketball Association. I never knew there was a comic book about him.
Yeah.
What I liked about the DC one was King Kong became a Green Lantern for a few short pages. I thought that was pretty cool. You know?
Yeah. Chris is off to cancel his swimsuit special. I remember when they came out in the 90s, the swimsuit issue, I bought one of the two of them, but not really anything I would really buy. So, you know, in full disclosure, there was a period of time where I'm sure it was Jim Lee was drawing X-Men books or X-Men covers, and he had a very distinct way of drawing Psylocke.
Oh yeah.
And I think probably it was either an issue of X-Men where they were at a pool party or something like that, or it might have even been a swimsuit special. But I don't think I've ever considered buying one of these books. But we'll see. We'll see. Efren, it might have a cracking storyline. Do you know what I mean?
Look, this is going to be an actual story.
Yeah, we might be thoroughly entertained. Yeah. So these are books that are coming out next week. So just a couple of picks that we both would recommend you pick up. I've gone for this. I'm a sucker. Everybody knows Thor's my favourite character. And I'm a sucker for a Hulk versus Thor cover. So that's why I'll be picking this up, just so it goes with my collection. But I do enjoy this run of Hulk. I haven't read the last few issues, to be fair. But I'll be getting this just for the cover buy. You kind of go wrong with a Hulk versus Thor fight. You know, I mean, they fight every couple of years, but you kind of go wrong with those. Von Hoot, a man being shamed for liking budgie smugglers in bikinis. The word's gone mad. Fuzzy's not impressed with my pick. See if you can claw it back, Efren. What have you recommended?
The Thing to me is like one of my favorite heroes, and every time they do these one shots or just limited series for them, I'm always gravitated towards them. This is the Thing clobbers the Marvel universe. I won't read the whole thing there, but it says get ready to see the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing versus every superpowered criminal and bounty hunter in New York City. So I believe this is written by Tony Fleece, with the Stray Dogs. So I always like the Thing character, the way he was written. Like just down on his luck superhero, so to speak. Always against the Yangtze Street gang. Always like those characters, but they never really showed them the Yangtze Street who they were. They were just his neighborhood that he grew up in. So I'm hoping this is a good storyline.
I'm absolutely loving the cover. I have to say, I'm loving the cover. I'm trying to work out who the character on the front there is next to his knee with the kind of the brace collar thing on. Is it Jigsaw? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe a different looking Jigsaw I've ever seen.
Yeah. Fuzzy saying it can't be any worse than Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Fuzzy, that's, you know what? I recommended that 2 months ago, I think, the last time we did a show, based on the fact it had an absolutely phenomenal Deadpool versus Capwolf cover. But the book itself was pretty ropey. I didn't particularly enjoy it at all, mate. Okay, couple of reviews for you. So some books that we've been reading recently. I'll start off with The Red 10 by Tyler James. This is an old series. I've picked it up as part of a Kickstarter. So this is Tyler James's first bit of work. It's about 10 issues, I think, 2 books. If you stick hashtag Red10 in the comments, we'll do a draw, and one of you will win both volumes of this book, so you can find out what the story's like yourself. Nice. So it is a Kickstarter. Tyler James's writing, I think, is really, really good. The artwork, I have to be honest, for me, is a little bit hit-y-missy, but I love the story. It's basically about them killing the Justice League, to be perfectly frank. So it's a version of the Justice League, which are a corporate team. One of them gets killed and they end up on this island. And one by one, they start getting murdered. And they can't escape the island. And it's a kind of a a crime story in terms of who's murdering them, who's the killer, and then how are they going to bump off these characters like Wonder Woman and Superman and things like that. And they all die in really interesting ways. Oxymoron is in the book, who's a character I absolutely love, and there's a number of books following on from this all about him. So it's a really, really enjoyable series, so I would recommend picking it up if you don't win. But for those of you that are watching, please do put hashtag #Red10 in the comments, and you'll win. One of you will win volume 1 and 2 of this really cool series. It's got some good follow-up stuff. One of the reasons I got into this is some of the cover work was by our good friend Alex Cormack, who's been on the show a number of times. So yeah, well worth reading. So hashtag #Red10 in the comments. I'll ship worldwide. So if you're new to the channel, please do stick hashtag #Red10 in the comments, and you can be in with a chance of winning. Nice. Just before we move on to yours, Ephraim, Cali Comics is saying, awesome, Oxymoron is dope. Yeah, I love Oxymoron. Really, really cool series. Really cool series. A character, sorry. Comics Tribe is severely underrated in the States. Absolutely. I'm a big, big fan of Comics Tribe. They do some great work. I follow a lot of their Kickstarts, to be perfectly honest. They do some good stuff. Batman Robin Year 1 has been tremendous. All year, one of my favourite reads each month. Good stuff. Lees and Cormac equals gold. So, Callie, if you are new to the channel, I'm not sure if you've been before, but John and Alex do quite a bit of stuff with us. We've met them on a couple of occasions down at Thought Bubble Comic Con. They've both been on my art show a few times, and we've interviewed them a few times. They're both absolute gems. And if you're interested in original artwork, Alex is incredibly reasonable for his commissioned pieces. Well worth hitting him up on Instagram. Okay, Anton, just make sure you put #Red10 as in the words, not red and then the number 10. Callie, make sure you stick hashtag #Red10 in the comments as well if you want a chance to win. Sorry, Ephraim, your book.
Yeah, this book completely took me by surprise. It's Batman and Robin Year 1. It's written by Mark Waid. Basically, it's year 1 when Batman, Bruce Wayne, took him under because his parents were murdered, Dick Grayson. It just goes to tribulations of being a teenage, boy wonder, the ups and downs, everything he's getting himself into. You can tell his immaturity reading this book. And it's just been really great. It caught me completely by surprise. I just have really been enjoying this series. And that's why I picked the Jason Todd one, for my advanced orders. And hopefully it'll be down that same storyline. I highly recommend it. If Fuzzy likes it, it's got to be good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so that was my pick, my review of this one. I just really give it a thumbs up. It's just very entertaining. You usually see Dick Grayson as Nightwing, the leader of the Titans, mature and all this, but we forget that he was a kid, basically, when, Batman took him, took him under his wing, so to speak. And it's been a good storyline. I just highly recommend it.
Is it Mark Waid? Who's the writer on it?
It says here Mark Waid and Chris Samney as they explore the first year of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson's partnership.
Mark Waid's one of my all-time favorite writers. I have to say, I love his stuff.
I really look forward to reading this book. I'm not sure if it's in hardcover already. Year 1 through, issues 1 through 12. I'm not sure if it's going to be ongoing. If it's caught on enough for it to be ongoing. But I really like the storyline.
Good stuff. I'll pick them up because I do like a bit of Mark Waid. We've got Claire. Nice to see you, Claire. Hope you're well. Callie, I've got the books, so I'm happy to see more people get a chance to read. That's very, very kind of you. Well done. Thank you for that. Hashtag #Red10. Anton, I don't think you've put, make sure you type #Red10, TEN, rather than the number 10. Okay, classic covers. So this is the bit where we just pick, sorry, Anton, sorry to be a pain, no space between red and 10 or else it won't pick it up. So one word. Hashtags are a pain, I'm afraid, to pick up the comments. So this is where we'll pick a classic cover each. We'll both look at the books and we'll pick up a classic cover. And I've gone for this Green Lantern 49. This is the Emerald Twilight series. I absolutely loved this series back in the day. It blew my little mind that we had, a long-standing main character who went crazy and just went off in ways that we never expected them to and ended up killing a lot of their old colleagues. This cover I just think looks great. I just think the sinister kind of unhinged look on Hal Jordan's face as he's playing with these rings there, as it were, just looks amazing. I think the use of the colour is stunning. So yeah, absolutely love this one. Love it.
Yeah, cool looking cover. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. My pick was, I mean, I've always enjoyed the original Silver Age Marvel comics. Everybody should know that by now, probably. But this one is homage basically to X-Men #1, but it's Marvel Zombies issue #1, and it has the X-Men. They become zombies, and they're fighting against Magneto. And I just love this cover. You see Cyclops, basically he's headless, and he's just holding his own head.
Yeah.
With his rays, and they show Marvel Girl cut in half and Iceman. You know, I just think it's a unique looking cover. I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed this series, but too bad, you know, they just didn't know what to do with these zombies afterwards. It kind of ended with this. You know, they've been like different volumes of Marvel Zombies, but this one, when they did homage to certain covers, you know, I really enjoyed.
I mean, I love this line of books. I think you're absolutely right. I think the quality of the story varies by series. There's a very cool series where I think it's Machine Man and other characters are going into different realities to kill them. And there's a one with the Squadron Sinister, which is pretty cool, I think, as well. Just love the series. The cover work is stunning. I've got maybe 15 of these kind of different variations of his covers on my wall. It's the books I've got stuck up in my geek cave at the moment. They're just stunning. This is a guy I'd love a commission from. I'd love a really, well, you know, I collect monster type covers. I'd love a commission from this guy because his work is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Great pick, Efren. A great pick, mate. Okay, just before we move on, I love the homage, but the emerald is so iconic. It is. It's a great cover. Fuzzy, love the jail cover. I've got the Joker version. Yeah, that's another stunner. Anton, smashing, you've got it there, mate. You've got it. Thank you so much. Angel lethargically floating along. Yeah, I love that. I do love that. Okay, guys. Content. So stuff coming up on my channels. Efren, what have you got coming up over on your channel?
This Sunday, Peter and I will be doing Up on Comics. It's a show that I do every 2 weeks, and he's around this time, so he's going to be hanging out with me on Sunday. We're just going to be talking about comic book and entertainment news. The first time he was on, I did like over 80 slides, and it was way too many slides, so I have cut down. We're just having a good time talking entertainment and comic book news, you know, recent news, basically, and we just go over it, chatting about it.
Good, sir. I'm looking forward to it. You always keep us on my toes with some interesting topics, Efren. So looking forward to that. My wife's away this weekend, so I've gone a bit mad with content. So there's lots of stuff coming out from me. First of all, G-Force membership. Thank you so much to everybody that is a member. I've just put another video out today for the monthly giveaway. If you do want to support the channel, please do jump in and join that. Basically, any money that I make on the channel either goes to charity or it goes to my giveaway box. Loads of different videos out at the moment. We've got the Who's Who on Thunderbolts, heroic highlights on Superman versus Batman stories. I was on Geek Week on Sunday. That was a great show. Really enjoyed it. Chris still pushing for us to rename it J-Spots. Absolutely. And then I've done a video on the Masters of the Universe, the Taylor reveal, as it were, of her costume, which was really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. Chris Efron is saying 79 slides this time, so we can just chill. Yeah. So all those videos are out on my channel at the moment, so check those out. Tomorrow night, I am over on Super Sorrel's channel for Midweek Geek. Not a clue what it's about. Never done this show with him before, but he's doing it every week from now on. I think we're going to be talking about my love of 80s cartoons, Transformers, Thundercats, and that kind of stuff. So that, I believe, is 8 o'clock. Kai, thank you so much for the $5 chat. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So that's tomorrow night. Saturday, we're going to go live. Are you guys aware of this Battle Beast excitement that is going on at the moment? So we've got Battle Beast blind bags for issue 1 of Battle Beast, which I am hyper to read because I'm a massive Invincible fan. So we've got that coming out on Saturday, where I'm going to be open a minimum of 10 bind bags, probably 20, because I've ordered another 10 because I got very excited. So we'll have a chat on Saturday. No slides other than a couple about the Battle Beast blind bags, because I really enjoyed last weekend, Efren, where we just chilled. Do you know what I mean? And we just
a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that. Was it the Invincible blind bags you bought? It was. I've got some toys as well. We're paying for the miserable buggers to win better books. What a liberty. Absolutely fuzzy. You love it, man. You love it. Next Tuesday, we've got our Year in Geek show. If you've not seen this show, it's where we pick a year. We've selected 2008 this time, which is an interesting one. And we're going to be looking at the movies, cartoons, comics, toys, and things that happened in 2008. So, cannot wait for that. That's going to be an interesting one. Now, I was a bit skeptical about this at first because I thought, what the hell happened in 2008? But actually, there's a lot of good stuff. So, it'll be myself, hopefully Efren, and hopefully James T. Keegan next Tuesday doing that one. So, yeah, Fuzzy's not happy about the 2008. Too early. Okay, so that's that. Let's share screens and we will give some books away. Let's have a look. Share screen. Giveaway tool. Share. Okie dokie. So, good luck, everybody. And we are off. And our winner tonight is Anton. Superb. See, at least you got it right in the end, mate, and you've ended up winning. Superb. Destined. Anton, drop us a line. You'll get Red 10 Volume 1 and Volume 2. Superb books. Now, I backed the Kickstarter for Comics Tribe for... It was a new volume, a hardback volume of Oxymoron. So I've got Red 10, both volumes, and I've got a load of other bits and bobs as well. So I'll probably give them out a while over the channel over the next few weeks. So congratulations. Drop us a line, Anton, on Instagram with your address, and we'll get these posted out to you straight away. Okay, that's your whack. Thank you so much, Efren. Always enjoy doing this show with you, my friend. It's always good fun. Like I say, live show again on Saturday night. We will be doing a giveaway from the giveaway box on Saturday night, so please do make sure you tune in for that. Thank you so much to you guys for watching. You make the show, the conversation back and forth in the chat really does make it for me and Efren, so thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we'll catch you all next time. So, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
The curtains close. It's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun and hit like, subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you from Triple G and his YouTube crew.